Hello everyone. Thank you for joining in. We are continuing with the payroll transformation series for US payroll from SAP point of view. So now we have already covered a couple of stuffs in the implementation track. And if you talk about more about that, we have seen the tax factory in the past, US tax reporter. Okay, all those stuff we have seen. Now going back to the class notes once again. So in the previous sessions, we have already covered the claim handling for overpayment. Okay. So today we are going to talk about a small topic called accruals. Okay, what does an accrual means? It is purely a technical accounting term, I will say. So whenever a company owes you something, but that is not yet recorded in their accounts or in their accounting books, that will be known as an accrual. Otherwise, it can be also if some amounts have been already spent for your organizations, but those cash transaction will not take place within that period. Okay, maybe it will happen in the upcoming period, right? In this kind of a scenario, you will be using the accruals concept, and it is also important for a payroll point of view. So for more about it, you will be getting for US payroll, there is a website called sec.gov that is for US Securities and Exchange Commission. So where exactly you'll be getting more detail. If you go details, what are the different laws, what are the different news, latest news, all those topics. So you can explore more about it if you're interested. Now coming to our SAP point of what is it, why it is important for us. So let me go there to direct to SAP system, and I will tell you what are the actual thing we do in the SAP system. Okay, so for that directly I will be taking to the configurations point of view without any spending any other area. Let me go to the directly to the configurations, that is /npe. I will be showing you the SubSchema. Okay, so you might be already knowing EU000, that is our general standard schema for US payroll, and for uh, we have already copied that, and the our schema is this one, G000 or Z000. This is our customized payroll schema for US payroll, and inside that we have something here you will be finding called UAC0. Okay. So let me know if you're able to find it out that. So you can see that this is a line number 310 in my system. Okay. That is, we call it a month-end accruals. Okay. As you're talking about, right, this sub schema, I will take you through that particular sub schema, double clicking on UAC0. So this is a block. This is the block of the code for this particular UAC0 schema. This is already there, sub schema under main schema U000 or Z000, whatever you have customized, right? This schema looks very simple. It is very small in size, okay, but it controls your entire configurations for your month-end accrual. Okay, so the processing month-end accrual starts from here, and if there is any special run, okay, that we define, means if there is any special run is happening, then it will control that, it will check for that. If it is not, then it will simply ignore. Okay, if there is any special run, so SPRN, okay, this will take care of it. Else if it is not, then there will be no such calculation. Okay, so if it is there, then there is an action here. So you can see UAC0, it will set the switch accrual on. Okay, so if you see, then there is a function called UACGF. There are functions, these are functions. UACGF, this function will be responsible for calculating whatever the accruals, whatever you are having. Okay. So this is something we have to check. And after that, it will be printing, it will be updating your accruals table. And finally, it will be ending the special run. This is the typical process. Generally, what we do, if you have to customize something as per your client needs, simply you have to remember this UAC0. What I have done inside this direct Z000, I have already used it. Rather, what I need to do, UAC0, just as usual, like any custom schema, you have to use the standard schema, copy it, make it GAC0 or a ZAC0. Then simply you create your own stuff, right? So maybe I will be creating the transfer request like this. Then what I will do, this schema, basically, I'll be putting in my Z000 schema. Okay. So if I go here, Wherever there was a UAC0, right? That I will be replacing with ZAC0. Okay, this will be my new schema, subschema. Okay, so I'll save it. Now, what are the changes and all? So ZAC0 only I will be doing. So based on your client requirement, maybe it will vary from client to client, what kind of month and accrual. So based on that, you will be changing this, yeah, in this particular block. So this is how the simple rule. Okay, so UAC0 or ZAC0, whatever we have seen today, the subschema, it will be controlling the switch for calculating your accrual. Okay, so this will be switching on or switching off accordingly. Okay, so now after understanding this, there is another configurations which we have to do, that is from a waste type point of view. So from a waste type point of view, so you have to check your calculations. This is for a specific waste. Let me go to there, SPRO, and from there, if I go, if we have basically directly, we have to go to the US payroll configurations. Let me go there. Payroll. Under that, we have US payroll, payroll US, payroll USA. Under that, we do have month end accruals. Let me go there. Month end accrual, you can see this is the configuration before payroll reports. Yeah. Month end accruals. And here we have a couple of configurations here. Okay. So here, basis for computations, line item creation for month end accruals, specialist functionality. Okay. So here, first of all, you have to do your basic for computations, where exactly the waste type you will be setting it up. Okay, so you have to define your waste types, which waste types are required. Okay, so basically, whatever the waste types you are selecting here, one thing is there, you have to understand slash 404. Okay, if I go there, so this is employer social security tax. Okay, so if you see here, we have to here also the maintaining the processing class. The processing class, whatever you will be seeing, it will be 79 needs to be set it up. Okay, so we have to check that processing class. And this is one of the waste types. So if I go here, I can see the details, right? So this is something related to this particular wage type, secondary wage type. Okay. Other than that, whatever the wage types you are using, check it out, your particular wage types which is required for your accrual. Okay. So accordingly, you have to check it up. So whatever the wage type, let's say you are checking, let's say, are we going for any random wage type for the timing? Let me go for something else from this list, at least the primary wage type. Let me go there, model wage type. So ideally, you have to maintain the processing class 17 and wherever, whatever you are using. Okay. So in those cases, basically you have to go to that particular wage type. I'm just going for a random wage type. Okay. So this is one of the thing already we have seen earlier. Okay. The processing class 79 is to be maintained. Okay. So it needs to be set it up. So this is important one. And what kind of accrual it will happen. So you can see all the options here. Okay. So in the processing class, you have an options. If it is not relevant to your month end accrual, okay, so you can choose the first one, 0. That means you don't have to fill up anything. If it is a waste type group 1 for modifier, in case of month end accrual, you can use 1 or 2. Okay, so you can use 1. Okay. So this is something you have to understand whenever it in terms of configurations. So whatever the waste types you have created, these things would be taken care. Okay. So that is one of the key configurations. That means you have to check your processing class 70. Okay. Other than that, what you need to do? So let me go there again. So here, when it comes to, there is something called in the other configurations here, set up computational part amounts. Okay, so we can also check these two schema, one schema and one rule. Okay, this is the processing of time data for payroll accounting. This would be, you would be aware of what kind of valuations you are doing, what kind of calculations. This is also you have to check if you have not done. Okay, another thing is here, another rule we have to check it out, that is UMOD. This is the rule. Okay, this is the modifier for your payroll accounting. Okay, these two things you have to take care whenever you are doing this. Okay, so other than this, let me go back. There are some other configurations as well. Like we have here how to triggering the month and accrual computation. So you have to maintain your posting date. Okay. So you have to create your posting date. Okay. Again, while you executing this. Similarly, if you have not done, you have to do this activity. Okay. So other than that, we do have another maintain posting dates on an ongoing basis. You have to also maintain your posting date. It is not very thing, no, not very unique as such, but if you've already done as a part of your payroll, you must be aware of it. Okay, this is another configurations you have to take care. Other than that, even also you have to define your closing date. Okay, so that is also another configuration for every company code, every year. What is the closing period that you need to define here? Okay, as per your company code. Then we do have latest document creation date. So when the latest document is going to be created. Okay. So that also you can get it from here. This is our report. Then you can also set it up the period related data entries, date entries here. All the data identifier and everything will be here. The latest document creation date that will be upload, that will be creating from here. Okay, so these are the couple of configurations you have to see here. Other than that, there are some line item creation also. If you want to do all those stuff, okay, you can use this functionality or a nodes. Okay, if you want to activate month-end accruals and check processing, these are the schema. Okay, already we have discussed, right? These three things. Okay, so this is the U000, is the main schema of US payroll. Then USC0, then maintain PCR for USC0. Okay, this is something we have already discussed already. Okay, so this is an accrual. Okay, so these three things you should be aware of. Okay, already we have seen this schema, subschema, and all. Just for a quick recap from a node point of view. Okay, so we can see all the three things are there. But ideally, we just choose two changes, not in the standard. We copy, and in the copied one, we have to create. Okay. Similarly, from a finance posting point of view, there are a couple of things you have to do. You have to maintain your symbolic accounts for your whatever the monthly accrual is happening. It is as usual. Okay, just like any other symbolic account maintenance, you have to do it. Similarly, we have another thing here, assign symbolic account to wage types, whatever the wage types you have been created for your accrual. So those specific wage types, okay, those for that you should be having a posting types, and this thing should be configured. Okay, this is an important activity. Okay, and same goes with your other configurations like third-party remittance if you're having any. So how the posting of the wage types will be looking and how it will be linked to your symbolic accounts. Okay, that part you will be learning from here. Okay, that you can do from here. Okay, other than that, if you want to assign accrued expense accounts, that you can do in this node. So you have to choose your chart of accounts, whatever you are using. Okay, let's say I'll be choosing something random here. And if I go inside it, these are the configurations, whether accounts are determined based on your debit, credit, or employee group, okay, or any modifications, or it is not chargeable, okay. So accordingly, you have to set it up. Okay, this is something to take care. And also you can assign your accrual account, okay, for that particular chart of account. You can assign your whatever your chart of accounts is there. Okay, so this is the functionality or configuration I will say. Then also you have an option called specialist functionality. You will set up what are the delayed data entry. Okay, suppose if there is any delay. Okay, so you can maintain wage types for your month end accrual here by maintaining processing class 79. Okay, maintain PCR, same thing. There's different schema. UT00. Here all the time related stuff will be there. Similarly, we have PCR UMOD. So here also you can see whatever the changes, whatever the requirements, okay, accordingly, you have to configure all these things. Okay. So I think this is more than enough. But I will recommend once you have the data, this is from a configuration point of view, I have discussed. Okay. But from a implementation point of view again, so you have to understand the basically uh, your whenever you're processing the same thing in a payroll, US payroll, okay, what are the changes you'll be doing? Okay, so those details you have to practice in your system and let me know if you are facing any challenges while doing those things. Okay, so again, so already we have discussed, again, quick recap, USC0, that was the main sub schema we have discussed, that is for accrual calculation. Okay, so this is something interesting. And inside that, as I have already discussed, this is something you remember which functions calculates your accrual. Okay, so this is more than enough for today's session. USCGF, that is your, it carries out the accrual calculations and it creates a table called SECR. Okay, that table will be created in whenever you're doing the finance posting, and you will be seeing those results in the payroll whenever you are running the payroll. Okay, and if you are having such already has been defined, your accrual is on, right? Switch on, you definitely will be able to do that. Okay. So with that, we have completed this accrual activity, and I'm hoping you will be able to do it in your system, and you can showcase, or if you're facing any challenges while executing this, okay, with those respective edge types and all, let me know. I'm more than happy to help you. Okay. So with this, we will close this today's short session, and tomorrow we will be continuing with another topic for US payroll, that is how to interface with a third party payroll system. Okay, gross to net calculations and all. That part we'll be discussing. So for now, we'll stop here. Thank you very much for joining in. We'll see you soon in the next episode.